Because of that, the teaser trailer was one of the most disliked things in history, where 96% of people put thumbs down. On top of that, there is a boycott for the Snow White movie because Gal Gadot's in it, who is a former member of the Israeli army.
But I used to get bullied for being pale.
Please pray for my acting girly Rachel Zegler. Nothing serious has happened to her. She's just on press tour with Gal Gadot. She's just on press tour with Gal. Free her!
The live-action adaptation of Disney's Snow White has rapidly devolved from a highly anticipated cinematic venture into a lightning rod for controversy, casting a long shadow over what was once expected to be a major highlight of Disney's film lineup. Rachel Zegler's remarks about the classic film have only exacerbated the situation, fueling ongoing controversy. In various interviews and public statements, Zegler has described the original Snow White as creepy and stalkerish, specifically targeting the dynamics of the relationship between. With its release still several months away, the film has already become a focal point of heated debates, and Disney faces a considerable challenge in rehabilitating its image before the film's debut. The official trailer, which was released to considerable fanfare, has instead ignited a firestorm of criticism, particularly driven by the outspoken Rachel Zegler, who stars as Snow White. The once celebrated adaptation now stands as one of the most controversial projects in Disney's storied history. The film's promotion has been overshadowed by a series of contentious issues that have sparked intense discussions about race, gender, and political correctness topics that diverge sharply from the fairy tale's original narrative. The fervor surrounding Snow White reflects broader societal debates, illustrating how modern reinterpretations of classic stories can sometimes become battlegrounds for contemporary issues. A major flashpoint in the ongoing controversy is the film's significant departure from the elements that defined the original 1937 animated classic. One of the most notable changes is the replacement of the traditional seven dwarfs with CGI characters. This decision, aimed at avoiding stereotypes and modernizing the story, has not been well received by many fans of the original film. Critics argue that the CGI dwarfs lack the charm and unique appeal of their animated predecessors, leading to widespread dissatisfaction among those who hold the original movie in high regard. The dwarfs, who were integral to the original story's appeal, have become a symbol of the changes that many feel are undermining the film's nostalgic value. This critique has not resonated well with the film's long-standing fans, who view the 1937 version as a quintessential love story, where Snow White dreams of finding true love, is rescued by her prince, and they live happily ever after. To these fans, the romantic narrative is a central element of the story's enduring charm and appeal. The casting of Zegler herself has become a contentious topic. Her portrayal of Snow White has faced scrutiny due to her Latina heritage, which diverges from the traditional German fairy tale's description of the character. The original Snow White was depicted with skin as white as snow, a detail that has sparked criticism from some quarters of social media, particularly among those who are opposed to diverse casting choices. Critics argue that this casting decision strays too far from the fairy tale's roots and reflects broader debates about representation and authenticity in Hollywood. In response to the backlash, Zegler took to social media to defend her role, stating in a now-deleted tweet, "Yes, I am Snow White. No, I am not bleaching my skin for the role." This statement was initially viewed as a strong defense against critics. However, Zegler's subsequent comments, where she described her Snow White as a character who aspires to leadership rather than focusing on romance, further alienated fans. She emphasized that her version of Snow White would embody qualities of bravery and leadership, inspired by her late father's teachings. Rachel Zegler's remarks about the classic film have only exacerbated the situation. In interviews and public statements, Zegler has referred to the original Snow White as creepy and stalkerish, with particular criticism directed at the relationship between Snow White and Prince Charming. This reinterpretation of Snow White's character, shifting away from the romantic plotline, has drawn criticism from those who view the original story as a timeless love tale. The situation took a turn for the worse when Zegler made a flippant comment about the possibility of her co-star Andrew Burnap's role being cut from the film. Her offhand remark asked a guy in the movie Andrew Burnap, "Great dude, all of Andrew's scenes could get cut, who knows?" It's Hollywood, baby, added another layer of unpredictability and fueled speculation about the film's production. Such comments did little to reassure fans and only deepened the uncertainty surrounding the project. As the release date approaches, Snow White remains mired in controversy. the film's promotional efforts have been overshadowed by a series of contentious issues that have shifted the focus from the movie's content to the surrounding drama. What was intended to be a nostalgic reimagining of a Disney classic has instead become a case study in the complexities of modern adaptations. The challenge now for Disney is to navigate these turbulent waters and restore the film's reputation. Whether the film can overcome this storm of controversy and reconnect with audiences remains to be seen. Fans and industry observers are left to ponder the impact of these debates on the film's success and whether Disney can manage to deliver a version of Snow White that resonates with its audience amid the ongoing furor. One of the most contentious alterations is the reimagining of Snow White as a strong, independent leader rather than sticking to the traditional narrative. This shift has left many viewers dismayed, as they feel it diverges significantly from the original story's core elements. A common sentiment among critics is that not every woman aspires to be a leader or craves power, and that's perfectly acceptable. For some, the film's attempt to promote a particular narrative seems at odds with the broader, inclusive purpose of a movie meant to be enjoyed by everyone. One fan expressed frustration by saying, "Just because a woman values something different does not make her any less valuable." The original story of Snow White, they argue, worked well for nearly a century and did not need such drastic changes. Adding fuel to the fire, a pointed comment emerged from a user questioning Rachel Zegler's participation in the remake. The user wondered, if you hate the original so much, why would you want to be part of the remake? This criticism highlights the discontent among fans who feel that the current adaptation does not respect the source material. The controversy extends beyond the creative choices of the film. The off-screen drama involving the cast has further complicated the situation. Actress Gal Gadot, who plays the evil queen, has been embroiled in a public feud with Zegler over their differing views on the Israel-Hamas conflict. This disagreement has played out on social media, further polarizing fans and leading some to call for a boycott of the film. The clash between the two actresses has overshadowed the film itself, making it difficult for audiences to separate the real-life drama from the movie. Branding expert Carla Spite has weighed in on the situation, commenting on the impact of the controversy on the film's marketing efforts. "This is all coming at a crucial time when Disney should be rallying support for the film," she said. Spite questioned whether the film is suffering from a combination of wokery and entitlement, with the stars possibly competing to make the most progressive statements. She expressed concern that the infighting and public disputes among the cast are undermining the film's promotion, leaving Disney's PR team grappling with the fallout instead of focusing on building excitement. Compounding the issue are delays and production setbacks that have plagued the film. Despite the release of the official trailer, fans remain skeptical about the film's prospects. Many see the project as a public relations disaster, with Disney's efforts to attribute delays to the 2023 actors' strike falling flat. Some believe that negative reactions to Zegler's comments and the live-action adaptation of Disney's Snow White has generated a substantial backlash, leaving many fans feeling that the film has strayed too far from the essence of the beloved original. The changes introduced in the remake have sparked widespread criticism, with many believing that the film's departure from the classic story undermines what made Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs a timeless tale. Creative direction may have necessitated reshoots and other changes. The controversy intensified when actor Peter Dinklage, a prominent advocate for individuals with dwarfism, criticized the film's handling of the dwarfs. Dinklage expressed his frustration with Disney's approach, questioning the inconsistency of their progressive stance. "They're very proud to cast a Latino actress as Snow White, but they're still telling the story of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. It makes no sense to me," he said. Dinklage's remarks underscore the complex issues at play, highlighting the challenges Disney faces in navigating the intersection of progressivism and traditional storytelling. As the release date approaches, Snow White remains at the center of a storm of controversy. The film's promotional efforts have been overshadowed by ongoing debates and disputes, leaving many fans exhausted rather than excited. The ultimate challenge for Disney will be to address these concerns and restore confidence in the film, ensuring that it can stand as a successful and inclusive reimagining of a classic tale amidst the turmoil. Backward story of seven dwarves living in a cave to what the "are you doing man however, not everyone in the dwarfism community agreed. Dylan Pell, a wrestler known as Hornswoggle in WWE, and an actor, argued that Peter's influence has led to the loss of valuable roles for actors with dwarfism. In response to the backlash, Disney altered the film, replacing the traditional dwarfs with CGI magical creatures, and which in turn led to more delays. This change, in turn, didn't sit very well with fans who felt like Disney. The live-action adaptation of Disney's Snow White has faced mounting criticism, largely due to what many perceive as excessive deviations from the core elements of the classic story. The backlash has intensified following a series of production issues and creative choices that have failed to win over fans. Among the most controversial changes is the replacement of the original magical creatures with CGI dwarves, a decision that has not been well received by audiences. The dwarves' uncanny appearance in the trailer has only added to the discontent, leaving fans feeling that the film has lost much of its original charm. The release of the trailer has not only highlighted issues with the CGI, but also sparked further controversy due to the reactions of the cast. Rachel Zegler, who plays Snow White, stirred up drama with a pointed tweet following the trailer's debut. While expressing gratitude for the trailer's reception, Zegler added a provocative comment, "And always remember, Free Palestine." This tweet quickly drew attention and criticism, especially in light of her co-star Gal Gadot's vocal support for Israel. Gadot, born in Israel, has been an outspoken advocate for her country, a stance that has attracted significant scrutiny amid the ongoing conflict. In November of the previous year, she organized a special screening of Bearing Witness, a documentary showcasing Israel's perspective on the conflict. The screening was heavily criticized by supporters of Palestine, who labeled it as propaganda. Gadot's decision to support the documentary and her silence on the criticism have only intensified the tension between her and Zegler. The divide between the two actresses became even more apparent when Gadot's Twitter account retweeted a post that seemed to criticize Zegler's public stance. The post, which was quickly removed, accused Zegler of using her political views to appear more appealing to younger audiences, while Gadot was portrayed as enduring real-life conflicts. This retweet exacerbated the already strained relations between the stars and further fueled the ongoing drama surrounding the film. Carla Spite, a branding expert, has weighed in on the situation, highlighting the potential ramifications for both Disney and the careers of the actresses involved. Spite observed that public disagreements between high-profile stars can have significant repercussions for movie promotions. Anyone with a corporate profile should try to remain neutral when big movies are due to be released, she said. They are allowed their own views, of course, but whether you should express them in public is another matter. I think this will damage the careers of both women because whatever side they are on, there will be those who disagree. The personal controversies have also sparked discussions among fans about boycotting the film. Despite Zegler's support for the Palestinian cause, some groups have included Disney in their boycott lists, further complicating the situation. One fan commented, "Boycotting Snow White is not about being anti-racial but more about being anti-Gal Gadot." This sentiment reflects a broader dissatisfaction with the film's direction and the cast's public disputes. The ongoing conflict between Zegler and Gadot has cast a long shadow over the film, raising concerns about its potential success at the box office. Fans are questioning whether the film, marred by internal and external controversies, can overcome its negative reception. The production issues, combined with the highly publicized clashes among the cast, have created a challenging environment for Disney as it prepares for the film's release. As the debate continues, some are speculating whether a different casting choice might have spared Disney from some of these troubles. The question remains whether a different actress might have avoided the controversies that have plagued the film's production. The broader impact of these issues on the film's future and the careers of those involved remains to be seen. For now, the live-action Snow White continues to face an uphill battle as it navigates the turbulent waters of public opinion, production delays, and internal disputes. Fans and industry observers alike are left to wonder if Disney can salvage the project and